Hello, dear listener. I am so excited that you are joining us for this very special episode where we are going to be playing the game Fomoria. What's Fomoria and who am I? Well, I'm ever so glad you asked. My name is Brian Kershaw, and I am the host of the actual play Vossen podcast, Spirits and Monsters of Old Seattle. And I have gotten the wonderful privilege of debuting Fomoria, is a brand new Mork Borg RPG coming to Kickstarter from Johan Nohr, creator of Mork Borg, and Tanya Herrera, who does amazing artwork. Tanya also did the adventure Crown of Salt, one of the coolest mood-heavy Mork Borg scenarios out there. I saw some of their amazing artwork, and I reached out just saying, I love everything that I'm seeing here. Can I please do an actual play of this show? And they're like, yes, sure. So we are doing it. I have been joined by some of my wonderful friends, and we are going to run through a Quickstart scenario for Fomoria called The Spawn of the Hungering One. Let me throw it over to them real quick. Hannah, would you please introduce yourself and tell us what character you're playing?
Hello, I am Hannah, the audio editor of this delightful podcast, and who's going to be tortured listening through this about 1,000,000 times to try and fix every little detail. That is my job. That is what I do. I will be playing Morok, a paranoid but dedicated Rom, who is a staunch believer in his kin's beliefs.
Excellent.
Don't know if I pronounced the species correct.
And Phoenix.
Hello, I'm Phoenix, and I will be playing the part of Jat, the Kairos, and I don't know what else to tell you. I'm looking forward to finding out what he does.
Kind of like a bat rogue, I believe.
Sure.
A Batman, if you will.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. Do you hear me, lawyers, DC? I wouldn't say that.
It's fine, as long as it's not one word. And Bill.
Hello, I am Bill. I play Dr. Lucius Jensen on the Spirits and Monsters of Old Seattle, and I am going to be playing Drell, Elkin of the Whispering Seer clan, kind of a ranger folk who kind of more commune with the eldritch more than fight it. We look to seek and understand, so I'm going to have a little bit of fun with that.
You're going to make infernal bargains, aren't you?
All the time.
Yeah, I know. And we have been joined by the wonderful Jeff.
Hey, everybody. I'm Jeff, the GM of the Big Campaign podcast. I will be playing Xylus, a Platin Khan of the Pyre Brood clan. Basically, I'm a fancy, angry pangolin.
Amazing. Now, dear listener, you might have noticed no one has said anything like elves or dwarves here. And that is because the world of Fomoria features humanoid animals. And we have a really interesting setting. Effectively, a terrible apocalypse has beset the surface of the world, and all of the folk have been driven into caverns. These sort of sprawling, gigantic, underdark-like settings, called the Strata. However, the folk weren't the first ones to arrive there. There were things in the Strata already, eldritch beings, who did not welcome them, but some of whom were willing to make bargains. The folk have learned to commune with some of these creatures and get boons from them. Of course, others seek more terrible prices, resulting in some folk becoming outcasts. But we'll find out more about that a little bit later on.
Tell me more.
Oh, I will. All right, so with that, we are ready to jump into our intro that I have egregiously stolen from a certain other media property, but changed enough so that we're totally fine for any kind of copyright infringement. Between the time when the ocean of the Red Plague swallowed the world, and the rise of the sons of the two-headed basilisks, who gazed upon the end of days, There was an age undreamed of, and unto this, the Cabal, destined to face the pale giant and bear the fate of their shrine upon a troubled brow. It is I, their chronicler, who alone can tell thee of their saga. Let me tell thee of the days of low adventures, in the spawn of the Hungering One.
Does your voice hurt, Brian?
Surprisingly, no.
Amazing.
It's because I was practicing. We slowly focus in on a shrine. These are the areas within the strata that are relatively safe from the darkness. They are somewhat few and far between, but there are some. We are in the Ivory Forest Shrine, a place made of enormously tall stalks of mushrooms. Here at the shrine, they've managed to cultivate and grow a small, gleaming lichen that's bioluminescent, glowing with a soft and uncanny light, and it is enough to repel the darkness. Here in the strata, the darkness is something more than a simple lack of light. It is a hungry and hateful thing. It is alien, and it wants you dead. The only way the folk survive is with light. They must always bring light with them, or else be swallowed up in that darkness. In a simple home, carved into the base of one of these giant towering mushrooms, our characters have been gathered. You have been summoned to speak to Garm, child of Maug, the old wolf who leads the Ivory Forest Shrine. His fur has mostly gone gray, but his eyes remain sharp and alert. And he tells you that today, the lichen-covered walls of the Ivory Forest have been filled with whispers. Folk are vanishing. There was a doll abandoned near a stream with no sign of the child who carried it. A woman never returned from the well. A moss farmer's home was simply found empty and abandoned. The folk here are not warriors. They only seek to endure in calm existence. The exception to that is you. Can I get a D6 roll from everybody? This is to tell us what important person has disappeared from your life recently.
So, I notice on the little chart of things you can't leave behind, there is the option for a hound.
Mm-hmm.
Do you realize I'm going to transform, no matter what I roll, to fit that there was a hound now? I'm going after a dog.
We'll find out. I'm just saying, Bill, this is a very grim system, so you be careful what things you call up.
I have rolled a 3.
I have also rolled a 3.
I rolled
Right.
a
Interesting.
Bill, I can tell what you rolled because your arms went up in the air and you looked all celebratory. And Phoenix?
Zhat has rolled a 3. Pardon,
Okay.
a 2.
Oh, all right. I was about to say, everyone is suddenly going to have one shared reference, and one guy's like, and they took my dog.
I mean, if we all had 3s, they just stole the doctor.
I
Dr.
know what the number 2
Juicius
is,
Lenson.
but you guys just kept saying 3, and I wanted to be part of it.
All right. So for Hannah and Jeff, the person who was taken from your life was a healer. It was someone who had saved your life. Phoenix, you lost a sibling, the one you swore that you would protect. And Bill, you lost your Fomorian hound. Now, she normally comes and goes, but she has never been gone for this long.
I will find her.
Garm looks over the 4 of you. Things are unsettled. With so many missing, our people are growing desperate. We are no warriors. We cannot fight, so we turn to you.
I promise to save the people from the darkness.
Oh, that voice is going to be a lot as this goes on.
Yes.
You Yep. Gonna use my once per game veto on that one. I hope that doesn't open up Macho Man. We'll see how much of goat voice we can manage.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a sheep-goat thing. It's a ram.
So, Hannah, tell us what your character looks like.
Morok looks like... let me pull up his image. Okay. He is a tall lamb thing who is dressed in... looks to be tattered, well-worn rags
Mm-hmm.
and armor that is built to both attack as much as it is built to defend. His horns are not even. One is twisted in a curl, while the other is more akin to, I guess I would describe it maybe like an antelope's horn. And he carries around a big mace, big and spiky, a big shield, and a big cloak of wool. Is it his wool?
Makes sense.
Is it someone else's wool?
Who can say?
How often does this man shave? I don't know. And I doubt we ever will.
It's true. Now, dear listener, Hannah has painted us an amazing word picture here. But if you would also like to see art pictures from the amazing Tanya Herrera, you can actually pick up Spawn of the Hungering One, which comes with all of these pre-generated PCs and more, because some of these players are probably going to lose characters during this session.
Wow!
Mork Borg is a very fatal system. Jeff, what does your pangolin look like? And does he have a tiny mustache?
Well, naturally, as all pangolin do. Xylus stands a intimidating 5'9", though fills the room as though they were much taller, maybe even 5'10". You're looking at a pangolin with a pot belly, a savage mustache, and a wonderful-looking warhammer.
And I believe that may be an even more significant warhammer, as it is an eldritch charm. This is called the Furnace Tyrant, and is the game's equivalent of a magical item. We'll cover more about that when we get into combat. Phoenix, would you describe Jot for us?
Sure. I'm a little guy. So Jot is a bat folk. He has very large ears, wings. He's got a couple of short swords on his back. Kind of walks around a little bit twitchy, like he's constantly looking around, checking into the darkness, whispering to himself. And he's only about probably a little over 3 feet. And he's just kind of he's the little guy.
Excellent. And lastly, Bill, would you tell us about Drell?
Drell is a deer folk, so kind of has almost wild and almost unruly kind of set of horns, dressed kind of just simple cloth attire, what you would kind of expect for a ranger.
Mm-hmm.
Drell is kind of deceptive, though, in their height. Most common, they seem roughly around somewhere between 5.5, 6 feet, but they seem kind of slouched, and if they actually stand upright, fully erect, they actually can probably get a little bit taller than about 7 feet.
Counting the antlers.
Of course, but they like to stay hunkered down and moving silently, stealthily.
Excellent. Garm looks over the four of you. The strangest part of all of this, there have been no signs of violence. It seemed as though those who have vanished simply disappeared.
Was the lichen still growing and glowing where they were taken? Or last seen?
It was. But it seems they disappeared deeper into the White Forest. We must send you four to speak with the eldritch of this shrine. It may know what has befallen our people.
Yes. Jot has heard the whispers. People vanish, gone. One of them was Zot's sibling. So Jot is going. And whatever took them will regret it.
Keep your tears in your eyes where they belong. We'll get them back.
Good. Garm is able to give you directions. You follow kind of a winding path, and you begin to get far enough away from where that glowing moss is that you are going to need to light torches or lanterns. The darkness beyond is ever present, and you can see these tall mushroom stalks that rise up into the cavernous heights of the ceiling, far enough away that they just disappear beyond the edges of your light. Now, the good news, such as it is that shrines within the strata are protected places, guarded by powerful eldritch, who have made boons and bargains with the folk to protect these places. They are more predictable than most of the creatures further out into the darkness. In this case, this shrine is guarded by the White Fingers. And I've got an image for what this creature looks like, because it is a little terrifying.
Sweet.
That should have just popped up on all your screens.
I don't know. He seems like a fun guy.
Aw, cute.
Oh, Bill. I should have expected that from you.
Such a cute little guy. All he needs is a hug. Sorry.
As you make your way to where the White Fingers can be found, there is a clattering sound of bones striking bones, and a shape slowly emerges from the dark. It is a massive, hulking creature whose bony arms are covered in white-capped mushrooms. It makes a breathy, wheezing sound, and you realize that this eldritch will not speak to you until you have provided an offering. Those seeking its wisdom must offer flesh and blood to feed its roots.
This might be a silly question. Do we have, like, chickens in the village or something? Or is that not where you're going with this?
One of you must be willing to take a point of damage.
I was just about to ask, is it, when you say flesh and blood, is this like you can cut your hand and that's
classic,
the need, or you actually need to kill something?
No.
If it's to commune with it, Drell will step up.
I was wondering, though, could I circumvent it and make a headcanon for why Morok's one horn is weird that way and, like, shave off a bit of it?
No, it's
No.
unfortunately gotta be blood.
Ah, blood gods are all the same.
To pull from Xylus's character description, time is too precious for anything but the direct path. So there is just an immediate moment of placing my hand down and smashing it with a hammer.
Yes. Let us do this terrible idea.
I love that Bill's like, I shall do the thing. You're like, no, I've already done it.
Yeah. There's never been a sadness that can't be cured by breakfast food.
Morok's just gonna, like, stare at you, like, with open eyes, and the blood's like, that works.
All right, Jeff, take a point of damage. And you have gotten to give our first roll of the game. You get to make an occult roll.
And just to warn everybody at home, I'm terrible at these. I have a -3 to my occult. Which is I successfully have rolled a -2 for the first roll of the game.
Fantastic.
Pray to your gods, Brian.
Oh,
So
God.
that would appear to be a nat 1, so we're off to an amazing start. Now, good news. Jeff, let me introduce another mechanic of this game. The Threads of Fate. Now, this is a resource that all player characters have access to. It's technically optional. However, this allows you to spend a Thread of Fate to re-roll any die, yours or someone else's. There's also a couple other things that you can do with those Threads of Fate, like reduce damage to you by 1d6, negate a critical or a fumble, or lower the difficulty of a test by 4.
Yes, then I will pull upon the Threads of Fate and roll again.
That's probably a good idea.
For a -1.
Awesome. I mean, yeah, why not? Yeah.
Fate has a message for you, Jeff.
I think this Thread of Fate is tied to itself.
It's a
Wow.
It would appear so. It would appear so. That Jeff, you're real good at this game. So, Xylus kind of steps forward, bashes his little armored paw like that. And you used the Inferno Tyrant, your flaming warhammer, and managed to cauterize your own wounds instantaneously.
That doesn't work.
This creature made of bones and mushrooms kind of tilts its strange head, making a dry, raspy, clicking sound. You feel like whatever you are trying to communicate to this being, it is not working. Does anyone else want to give it a try?
Yeah, I will look over to Drell.
Yep. I'm also not great at the occult, man.
It seems it doesn't like cooked food.
I'm real good at occult, but I have 3 hit points, so yeah, no.
Yeah.
And then Xylus, no, and he'll come and take out a knife and just cut his palm and let the blood drip onto the roots.
All right, make that occult roll, Bill.
I do have +3, but that's not quite enough. I rolled an 8.
Okay, so you got a total of 11. That will actually give you some results. Now, similarly, you could also choose to spend a Thread of Fate, and that would allow you to increase that result by 3. Or, pardon me, it can decrease the difficulty by 4, rather than increase the result by 3.
Actually,
I want to make sure I get the mechanics right.
Sorry, real quick. This is an occult test,
Mm-hmm.
and we're dealing with the eldritch.
We sure are, Bill.
I have a -2 DR with that.
Why, hey, that's very good for you.
So would that make it instead a difficulty rating of 10? So my 11 would pass?
Effectively, think of it as you getting a 13 instead.
Fair enough. I'll take either way. Whatever gets me over the hump.
All right, so the white fingers makes kind of a clicking sound, and from that little bit of spilled blood, you see little white-capped mushrooms start to grow out of the ground. This wheezing, ancient breath kind of emerges from the creature, and slowly the words begin to form out of it. They guided them, the uprooted ones, out of my stalks, into a deep hole in the earth. No thorns pricked the skin of the missing. Their feet chose the path to follow, but their minds were numb. It then kind of clicks and its body shudders. Notes foreign to my spore song filled the air. The singer weeps, but cannot stop a prisoner's song. And it slowly points one of its bone-white arms in a direction further from the shrine.
The darkness has invaded here. It shall not stand.
And, Morok just goes ahead and starts walking in that direction. Doesn't even, wait for you guys. Just I have a thing to finish, and goes.
Now, before you do,
Okay.
you all realize there might be an opportunity here. This is an eldritch being, and that is the type of thing that can offer a boon.
Nope, Morok's gonna keep going.
Yeah, that's what I figured. If one of you would like, you could potentially make an eldritch contract with this entity. For all my folks who are familiar with D&D, basically the entire world of Fomoria is full of warlock patrons, and you can make bargains with basically all of them.
What would such a contract look like, Brian?
There's
Why,
the part
I'm
of me
so
that wants
glad-
to step up for it, but I just could not tear this from Bill. This is all you, buddy.
I am
Go
so
for
glad,
it.
yet also so unsurprised you are the one who asked. Bill, if you would like to, you can make an additional occult roll at a DR of 12. On a success, the knowledge of this thing's ability will sink in. Now, on a failure, The knowledge of the ability and boon that it's offering will be too complex, and you will lose some of your stability points. Now, dear listener, in addition to hit points that all of these characters have, they also have effectively mental hit points or stability points. If these go down to 0, your character suffers a dismal breakdown, and your mind begins to fracture.
Fun.
Yeah, that's what I expected you to say. So, Bill, you doing this thing?
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Sorry. Yes, I would like to endeavor in joining a contract.
All right, make your occult roll.
That would be 11 plus 3 for a 14.
All right, that is enough. The White Fingers is able to give you a primal boon, teaching you the process of summoning the Death Cap Portage. This allows you to bury a body and then grow a fungal minion out of the ground. Dear listener, I know we're an audio medium, but Bill had a childlike delight on his face right there.
I get a little guy?
You get a little guy.
Hey, I'm the little guy.
A littler guy than you. Yeah.
He's littler now. You've been demoted. I'm sorry.
You are the littlest guy. This is just a little guy. Now, Bill, as part of your eldritch contract, you must feed the forest with fresh decay. If you fail to do so, you will regret it.
How often fresh decay?
Let us say that you need to be using this ability every few days.
Okay.
And when you bury a body, it will arise as an amalgam of bone and fungus, erupting from the soil and obeying your commands for a full stretch. The Death Cap has the ability to perform a fungal touch that devours flesh and heals itself.
Freaking awesome.
And I will add this to your character sheet. Oh, I actually should have covered this when you all were getting out of town. Who is going to be using light?
Yeah, I'm using a torch.
Okay. Torches will last for 1 hour.
Okay.
And how many do you have?
2.
Okay.
So I'll get rid of 1, I guess? Or I'll get rid of 1 when the hour's up, but yeah.
Yeah, feel free to get rid of 1 now.
Okay.
All right. And is anyone else going to be doing anything to provide light?
How long does a lantern last?
A lantern will last for 4 hours per thing of oil that you put in it.
And does do lanterns come pre-filled, or do I would have to use the oil flask that I have in my
You have to use an oil flask that you have.
Okay, I'll start up my lantern. I have an oil lantern.
All right.
And safe to ask, the Furnace Tyrant does not provide light with its molten core.
Unfortunately, no.
Then a lantern and one of my oil flasks it will be.
You guys have all this like complex metal and oil stuff. I just have a stick.
Hey, it's an oil wrap stick.
Hey,
It's got like the
sticks.
classic bundle at the end.
Fire on a stick is the best fire.
I mean, yes, actually. True.
Dear listener, I should add, when we were choosing characters, I gave Jeff the direction Ron Swanson Pangolin, and he's nailing it. All right. Armed with the information from the White Fingers, you are able to navigate in that direction. You continue searching and travel for, unfortunately, about an hour. So, Hannah, that will consume 1 of your torches.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say, though, there's enough light from my buddies that I'm
They don't need to crack the next one?
Yeah, I'm fine for now.
Okay.
I still have this 1 stick.
And in the distance, you are able to see the flicker of firelight. You remember that creature, the White Fingers, talked about a hole in the earth. And just barely ahead, in that flickering firelight, you're able to see what looks like a pit. As the group of you kind of begin making your way, you're at the very edge of the mushroom forest. The stalks have become barely the size of shrubs instead of the great tall redwoods that you saw before. You hear voices just barely audible out in the dark. What are you all going to do?
Morok, it takes a moment for Morok to actually, like, register that the voices are different than the ones that are normally in his head.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to stop and kind of get into a battle pose, I think. Just anticipating.
Mm-hmm. Kind of getting weapons out, getting ready.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. How about everybody else?
Oh, she's getting ready. If monster appears, Jot goes there. We're there.
Trell will move essentially more to the back, try to put definitely Mork in between him and whoever might be approaching.
Now, are you leaving the Circle of Light, Bill?
Sorry, I don't know.
We'll be moving to a new map soon, so I just wanted to check whether you were going to be somewhere off of the group or not.
No, I was going to keep the light with me. I just was trying to move. I don't know which direction the voices are supposed to be for, so I was just trying to move myself to whoever's between me and putting Mork between me and them.
And on my screen, Jot is bouncing everywhere.
Such a zippy little guy.
All right, and Jeff, what is Xylus doing?
Yeah, Xylus will walk up towards the front, lantern in hand, hammer in the other, and... You there, do you find your mind numb, or are you guided by thorns?
Ooh, all right. Let me move you all to a new map. The four of you make your way forward, and you spot two figures who kind of leap up and were huddled around a bonfire. They are hunched. They are in scraps of mismatched armor. Even at a short distance, you're able to see that they are covered in fleas, and their ears are dripping with mud.
Delicious.
So
Careful. Outcast bad.
Phoenix, as you are saying that, the two of them kind of look to each other and then draw weapons. So we are going to get into our first combat of Fomoria. All right, so the way this works, everybody is going to roll their agility, roll a d6 and add their agility. There are a couple of different initiative systems, but this one should be pretty straightforward. Now, monsters don't necessarily get an agility. So I'll just kind of ballpark it for these two. Oh, Lantern, you don't get a turn on the initiative tracker.
So yeah, Mork was very ready. That's a nat 20.
So this is
two.
just a d6.
Oh, dang it. I was so excited.
you weren't kidding. Mork was really ready on a nat 20.
Is that your second D20 or natural
Yes.
20 that has gone twice?
So that's actually a 5 then. Dang it. I was listening, I swear. But I was also trying to look at my character sheet and figure things out.
It is our first time playing a Mork Borg game, so do not stress about it. Okay, I'm just making sure I've got everybody in our initiative.
And I apologize for my previous rolls, Brian. I didn't realize we had character sheets.
I mean, that probably wouldn't have made those nat 1s any better.
No, but I was confused by my dice rolls. Did not look like everyone else's dice rolls.
Right, so, looking at our initiative, Mork and Jot, the two of you are up first. You've managed to get the spring on these two. The outcast wolf looks like he's going to be attacking with a sword, but is a little bit slower than the outcast corvid.
Do you mind if I go first?
Not even a little.
Okay. So in order to roll the attack, it is a d20.
Mm-hmm, that is correct. So
Okay.
now it's all d20s.
Yay!
The initiative was the one thing that wasn't.
Okay. Because I was
Where
looking
do
at the rules and all that. It's just like, because the character sheet didn't say, what do I roll for the attack? So I was like, oh, there's the attack. And then I was like, oh, it's a 20. And then I didn't even hear the d6. Anyway. That rolled into something.
Where do I find my speed? Like how far I can move?
Don't worry about it. So in Mork Borg, it's much more theater of the mind. So you're not going to be really worrying about speed, movement rates, miniatures, any of that kind of stuff. So you can easily move up to the enemy unless there's something that's going to block your way. Now, Hannah's making a face, so I'm wondering if maybe this one was not a nat 20.
What makes you say that?
Nothing.
No, it's a 5.
Unfortunately, a 5 will not succeed.
I've wasted my rolls.
Now, I'm guessing you do not want to use one of your very limited threads of fate to reroll this,
No.
right?
No.
Okay. All right, that was Hannah. So Morok has gone. Jot.
So I have questions.
Mhm.
I'm a Batman. A Bat
Mm-hmm.
man. To
Yep,
be clear.
that's what I hear.
Yes, I can fly.
Mm-hmm.
When I fly, so I'm theater of the minding. I can get
Mhm.
up and stab them. Can I then retreat afterwards?
Absolutely, yes.
Or is there any sort of equivalent of an attack of opportunity if I were to do so?
Not really.
Okay.
So what we can say is, given your nature as a Kairos, and the fact that you can fly and glide for a number of turns equal to your agility, we can say that maybe you fly up to them, do your attack, and are able to get some distance
That
before
would
they get
be
back to
my
you.
goal.
Yep, feel free.
So, yeah, in that case, I will fly on over to the nearer one here, this outcast wolf, and I tell him, hold still! And I'm going to try to stab him from above, right through his head, vertically.
Love it, I'm here for it.
All right. Oh, that was terrible. So
Sure
I
was.
rolled a 4 on my attack. So does he have a special thing where when I'm flying above his head, he gets it on a 4?
Is his
Nope.
AC crap?
Unfortunately, no. His AC is going to be rolling a 12 total on your dice.
I mean, I know.
And since I have 2 of them, sorry, I did read this, but I have forgotten. I have
are you
2 short
dual wielding?
swords. I am dual wielding, so do I just
So when
roll
you
the
dual
same
wield,
way?
you actually roll twice and take the worst result.
Oh,
No, pardon me. I take that back. Roll the attack and damage of your offhand twice and take the lowest result. So your
Okay.
first attack is going to be a 4. Then you roll twice, effectively like D&D with disadvantage, and go with whatever is the lowest.
Okay. Well, that was a 5 and an 11, so none of them are getting through, even on my best roll there. Guys, we're really good at this game.
The
And-
mud in their ears is making them slippery. That's what it is.
That and you don't want to
Really?
get fleas.
Exactly.
So Jot kind of flaps over and swings down with both of those short swords, trying to pierce this outcast wolf. But the aim is just off, and you flap back away.
Gone.
The outcast Corvid draws its sword and rushes at Xylus. Jeff, would you make an agility test to dodge this attack?
I will not.
I mean, you get to make it. We'll find out how it goes.
15.
Okay. Good news. You are very agile. So this guy swings in with this rusty sword, and you manage to step out of the way, not even feeling it hit off your plates.
With a -1 agility, I am not very agile, Brian.
And yet, you rolled very well.
It's the best class there is. Roll real good.
All right, next up, we have Drell.
Drell will put his lantern down on the floor. I will move just a little bit away, and I will take a shot at the outcast wolf.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 14. Yay!
Excellent, that's a hit.
I did 1 damage.
All right. So the way that this works in this game is enemies have a armor on them, and that will reduce damage by a certain value. Now, in this case, because these outcasts have kind of cobbled together armor, it's going to reduce it by 1d2. Now, unfortunately, that will mean that you don't do any damage. Unless,
That's so on brand, Bill.
if you wanted to spend a thread of fate, you can have it do maximum damage.
I've already spent a thread of fate to,
Okay.
so I'm good for now. And then yeah, I will just kind of hunker back in the back here, away from the front line.
Sounds good. The wolf, having just been shot at, goes racing forwards and snarling lunges for Drell.
I hate to be that guy, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
But
Be that
was my
guy,
turn
Jeff.
Skipped.
It super was. So anyways, as I was saying, Jeff, you're up.
Yeah, I look at this Corvid with hammer in hand, and I asked you a very direct question, and I will smash with my hammer.
All right, go for it.
I often find, why is everyone else so bad at fighting?
Xylus with his well-known battle cry, I know more than you. I said, bring me all your bacon and eggs. All
But
right,
I did roll a crit with critical damage of
did.
6,
You
which
stole my crit.
you threw that away at the beginning of the session. I saw you.
I've thrown it away twice.
All right, so this Outcast Corvid does have leather armor, so it will reduce that damage by 1d2.
Armor and protection is reduced by 1 tier.
So, while it does reduce that damage by 1, taking it to 5, I do have some great news for you. It is going to also lose that armor. So it stumbles backwards from that almost fatal blow, pulling at the scraps of burning leather from the Inferno Tyrant's blow. Does that have extra effects when it hits something, Jeff? I'm asking, I actually don't know.
It does do a thing. If I kill them, it adds an extra d6 of damage to my next attack, and then if I
Got it.
miss with that attack, I damage myself.
Amazing. So this guy is still alive, although not by much.
Again! Don't stop. Shot thinks you should keep doing that forever.
Now, this enemy is not yet going to make a morale check, but we'll see how things go. All right. Now that Jeff's turn has not been skipped, the Outcast Wolf will drop that lantern, will unlimber up a shield, and go running forward. I have changed what my previous plan was going to be. He's now focusing on Xylus, not on Drell, as he's identified who the definite threat is.
I guess I was the only one attempting a murder.
Hey, lots of us have attempted a murder here. We just haven't been very successful.
Yeah, I attempted. An attempt was made.
Yeah, you probably need a couple more crows, though.
Well done. Jeff, roll a agility check to dodge this attack.
Very well.
How'd you do?
I either roll negatives or 20s. Pick one.
Fair enough. So I have some good news. You got a result of a 2 minus 1. So that comes up to a unnatural 1. So it could actually be worse. This does not count as a fumble, but it's close. So you are going to take some damage. You have 3 points of damage coming at you. Now, for the way that this works for Xylus, given you have plates as a pangolin, you have the equivalent of medium armor. And medium armor will let you roll a...
D4, correct?
Nailed it. How'd it go?
Well, I've rolled a 3 with my armor to block the 3 damage dealt.
So, comes out to a push, no damage dealt.
I will look at the wolf with disappointment. I think you should be embarrassed about that.
Savage.
Shot knew it was a good idea to bring him.
Does he take a stability point damage?
Tragically, no. And something comes bounding out of the darkness. There is the flat head of a Fomorian hound. This creature is a natural hunter in the darkness, and comes flying forwards out of the dark and just bite tackles at Jot. Its wide mouth filled with shark-like teeth. Phoenix, would you make an agility test?
No. I don't think
Very
I
well.
will.
Would you like to do something else?
I would like to do something else. So Jot sees this thing come running towards him, and he goes, ah! And he goes, ha, peekaboo! And he is just going to disappear. Hopefully,
Right,
at least.
you're gonna attempt to use your boon to teleport away.
That is the plan.
Amazing. One of the things I'm really excited about Fomoria is how cool the abilities for each character are. So, like, the rogue just gets to teleport out of the way at any time as a defense roll.
Well, he can try to do some
Yeah.
of these.
Touche. All right, so Phoenix, you are going to spend 1 point of your character's weird, which currently is 2, and then make an occult roll.
Okay. Now, sorry, just in terms of our mechanics, there is no occult on.
Yep, so
Okay, so I'll just roll a d20 then.
and we're just using the basic Mork Borg character sheets because we are playing a little bit before the game has fully released.
Yep. And my occult. Okay, perfect. So I rolled a 10 with a occult of 2 is a 12.
Perfect. Jot teleports away. And the hound's teeth clamp down on empty air.
So I can get to medium range with this.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm assuming everybody so far has been within like a close or near range. So I want to get as far away as I can without disappearing into darkness.
Yep. So you could teleport over to that bonfire very easily. Within the actual Quickstart rules, there isn't anything about ranges or movement rates, so we could just say that you're able to kind of teleport to somewhere you can see. And that's the full turn. Morok and Jot, you are both up.
I have a thing that, if it works, might make it easier for everybody, so can I go first?
Sure.
Okay. Everybody who has a metaphobia, just, remove your headphones. I'm going to vomit on these guys, or at the very least, attempt to do so.
Now, Bill, I believe this was a character you were initially thinking about playing, and then got to this ability and were like, nah, I'm good.
Bill,
Me?
remove
No.
your headphones.
No, that was me.
Oh,
It's
that was
fine,
Phoenix,
though.
sorry.
It was no, it's fine. I was just like, yeah, I don't think I want to roll the vomit spray, but I am delighted that Hannah wants to vomit all over everything. I think that's a great plan.
Yeah.
Pardon, Jacques thinks that's a great plan.
All right,
Fun
Hannah, roll
fact.
to vom.
Fun fact, I can't handle vomit in real life, but fake vomit is just fine. All right. Let's see. So,
So,
Do I have to
Morok has an
roll-
ability.
yeah.
Mhm.
Do I have to roll just to see if I... Because it doesn't seem like there's a thing that I have to do to see if it works. It's just how many creatures I get with it. Okay.
So what you need to do, there is actually a roll for it to work. You have to
Okay.
spend 1 point of weird and then make an occult roll.
Okay. So it is the same as... Okay.
So very similar to Jot's peekaboo ability.
So... Where's the weird?
Is that the powers on the character sheet, Brian?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, feel free just to subtract 1 from that green bar
Okay.
at top of the character.
Okay. That worked.
And then
then.
there isn't an occult
Okay.
stat on the sheet, so just roll a d20
Yeah.
and then add your occult mod. How'd it go?
I don't want to answer.
It went really well.
Because it was so good?
Jacques can tell.
It's good for the other guys. It's a 3.
So, unfortunately, that is a no-go. I will ask, as I have before, do you want to spend a thread of fate?
Now, Brian, I don't remember how exactly can one get their threads of fate back?
The thread of fate replenishes every single day, so you recover up to your max.
Okay.
And Hannah, I have some great news.
Yeah.
At any point,
Yeah.
you could choose to pray to the darkness. The darkness is a living, watching, waiting thing, and it's willing to restore your threads of fate, to grant you an automatic success on an action in exchange for terrible, unavoidable consequences later determined by the GM, or replenish a d4 of your boons. The only cost is a permanent -1 stability point.
Awesome. Yeah, Morok's not
Yeah.
gonna do that unless it's literally life and death and nothing else is gonna happen. So I'm just gonna spin that and then wait for the next day to come.
Very well.
Nat 20, baby!
Third time.
Y'all have had some crazy hot dice this session. Wow, is that some goblin energy?
That is a terrifying laugh.
Phoenix, you're in the running now for who has the most goblin energy.
Hey, this is my goblin energy. Zoc can have
It's
his
true.
own goblin energy. This is mine.
Excuse me, I am a Batman.
So
Batman.
with a terrifying sound, Morok coughs up the everlasting touch of tar, vomiting a black tar all over 1d4 creatures. Can you roll me a d4, Hannah?
Yes, I can. 2.
Perfect. So the pair of these outcasts are covered in this muciginous tar that's sticky and clinging to them, making movement difficult. All attack.
I just have to ask. We've got the 2 outcasts, but there is also the hound. So she's got 2 targets. What do you want?
Yep, that is fair.
I mean, I was thinking of just kind of tying up the outcasts.
2.
All right.
We don't know what the Fomorian hound can do, but, the outcasts look, a bit beefier. I don't know.
Jacques prevented us from finding out.
Exactly.
Bad situation. Bad situation. Bad situation.
So, at this point, yeah, I want to stickify these 2
Yep.
guys.
All attacks against the outcasts have -2 difficulty, and all defenses against their attacks have -2 difficulty for you to roll.
I know that, but
So it's easier to hit them and easier to dodge them. Let me put
okay,
a little
it does mean
icon
you
on
should
them.
dodge him. Okay, I was a little afraid that meant that it was I thought I was worried that maybe it was a trade-off, but it's all positives. Yay!
Nope,
Okay.
it's all positives. All right. That was Morok. Jot, what are you doing?
I have some ideas. So,
And now they are sticky.
there's a lantern over here on the ground, abandoned. Those guys are covered in tar. I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna drop it on top of the Corvid.
Okay. I am going to need a test for that one. I don't think this is going to be a standard attack roll, though. So give me a presence test.
Presence.
Presence is, in Mork Borg, the stat used for ranged attacks.
Well, that would be a dirty 20 on my presence there.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, you just, I am over in the corner way away from everybody, and, no one can really see what's going on there, and I'm just kind of, turning my head behind my shoulder, and I'm like, yes, I know! Jot has ideas! And, yeah, I just fly over, pick up the lantern, and gonna drop it right on top of that Corvid.
Okay. So feel free to roll a d6 for me.
5!
All right. With a squawk and a scream, that Corvid is engulfed in flames and drops dead. At this point, we get to use another one of the rules, which is the morale system, because half of their forces were defeated. So I'm going to roll a quick 2d6, and if that is lower than their morale score, they are going to either retreat or surrender. All right, and with that, the outcast wolf takes kind of a cautious step back, looks from Xylus to Morok, and just drops his sword and shield. Do you all keep fighting, or do you let him surrender?
I mean, we can let him. I would be okay with letting him surrender, but there's also this dog here, so will we keep fighting? Probably, but we're probably just the dog.
Fire is truth. It reveals the lies. It purges rot. I asked you a question, Wolf. You haven't answered.
And Jot has more lanterns.
The Wolf slowly brings his hands to his ears and is kind of pulling the mud out from them. Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't hear what you were saying. And Bill, that hound, that coat pattern, that looks familiar.
I was going to ask.
It takes that Fomorian hound a second of sniffing, and suddenly its long tail starts swiping back and forth. And it bounds forward and just tackles Terrell. But not with biting this time.
We aren't fighting the dog. Yay.
But with chittering insect sounds. Sorry, wrong campaign.
I mean, there might still be chittering insect sounds for this creature. It's terrifying looking. Its face kind of looks like a tiger shark.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's horrifying. In the best of ways.
Puppy!
Aw, he's the bestest boy.
The outcast wolf puts his hands up. You had questions. Questions, yes, I will answer. But what you want is down there. And he points towards the giant hole in the ground.
Is the mud in your ears to keep away that which makes the mind numb?
Yes. It's that damn whistle. Morgaska, she did all of this, not us. She keeps everyone somewhere down below. We don't go down there. That damn whistle. One note, and your head goes all foggy. That's why we pack all the mud in our ears.
I'll look to my allies, and we do go down there. Why don't you take your cowardice somewhere that people will accept it?
Before you leave, how much are their forces? What can we expect down there?
I think she's got a half dozen people, maybe more. They're villagers and the like, using pickaxes. I don't know what they're digging for, though, but lately the ground, it's been moving. Almost feels like it's breathing. There was a big rumble recently, too. There's something wrong under that ground.
That
The
sounds
madness
intriguing.
of the creatures of darkness know no bounds. But I have one other question for thee.
Yes.
If you were afraid of the whistle, why stay here?
If we betrayed her, she would find us. She would make us come back with that damn whistle.
Is staying up here, not mining, also betraying her?
Maybe she won't last past you all. There's 4 of you after all.
Maybe.
Xylus will shake his head in disappointment. You even failed at being a coward.
But I'm still alive. That's something.
There's a reason why he has the hammer. It's the Bernie hammers, because he's so good at burns.
Xylus, master of the sick burn in every possible way.
Yep.
Now, assuming that you all let the wolf outcast go, takes his lantern and just runs off into the dark, do you all head over to investigate that hole?
Could I get him to trade the lantern for a fire stick?
Oh, did they have a campfire? Can we just take their fire sticks?
I mean,
Well,
you
yeah, but
can-
I want a lantern.
Well, there was a spare, but someone had to use it as a missile weapon.
Well, I mean, that was epic and cool. I'm fine with that. There's another one here. It's just a guy has it, and I want it.
I tell you what, Hannah.
Yeah.
If you'd like to try and threaten him before he gets away,
Yeah, I mean, he's
feel
still covered
free
in
to
my
roll
vomit.
presence. Mhm.
He's still covered in my vomit, so.
That's true.
All right.
Roll presence, and we'll drop the DR by 2, so this will be a 10.
Okay. And it's a 20 again?
Yep, D20 plus your presence.
It's a 4!
My life sucks.
Do you have a +6 on your presence?
I have a +1.
That's why it's a 4. I rolled a 3. Why is it always why is it 3s? It's a lot of
He's
threes.
not running away fast if you want to hunt him down in the dark.
I mean, I want that lantern. Could I just take it?
Give me a strength check.
Okay. 15!
All right. That is enough. So as he's trying to get away from you, you ask for it. He's like, no. So you just run over and just bully him and take it away,
Yep. And
making you officially a bully goat.
Yep. Exactly. And I shove my fire stick into his hand.
Oh, there you go.
Fair trade. And just let him go.
You shove your fire stick into his hand, the one that burned out like 3 hours ago?
I have another one. So
Oh, that
You're
one.
swapping out a torch for a lantern?
Yes,
Okay.
and I will mark that down.
All right. The group of you gather together and are able to look down this pit. In the hole, there is only darkness. And as you bring your lantern light, you see that there are pale roots that dangle like veins, twitching at the slightest vibration. The tunnel bends and weaves. And in order to climb in, you would have to potentially use those different roots as handholds and ropes.
I will fist bump Mork, Drell, and Zot. That was well done. And then I'm going to grab this burning corvid corpse and throw it down this hole to give us light as it tumbles down.
Nice.
Fantastic. And Jeff, you
wait,
reminded
wait,
me of
wait,
something
wait.
important.
Before you throw it down there, I see you going to pick it up, and I'm like, wait! And I'm going to like take my short sword and just carve off whatever clothing is unsinged, and I'm going to stuff it in my ears.
Okay.
You've got big ears. That makes sense.
What?
Morok's just gonna look at you, look at what the like stuff you just did, and like slowly, just while staring at you, pointedly takes some of the fluff around his neck and stuffs it in his ears, and then passes it to everyone else as well.
All right, so you're all able to kind of plug up your ears, helping to prevent some of the sounds. Also, Phoenix reminded me of something important when he said, wait. After every combat you successfully survive, there is a chance of learning an expertise in the weapons that you wielded.
Ooh.
Can I get each of you to roll a d6?
1.
4.
5.
3.
There it is.
Every time you survive a combat, you have a chance of improving your expertise. You only do so if you roll a 6. For every 3 levels of expertise, you gain a new special ability with the types of weapons you're wielding. So this is a way that your characters can kind of level up and improve every session.
Oh, okay.
It just involves actually surviving.
I now have a burning sense of FOMO. Will expend every thread of fate to roll a 6.
Fantastic. Speaking of burning threads of fate, you watch the burning corvid corpse go crashing down into the dark. Now, the kind of shape of this pit curves and arcs, so it's not a straight shot down. So you see this corpse hit the cliffside down below and go bouncing down into the dark, eventually kind of losing sight of everything. That said, Jeff, could I get a presence roll from you?
You sure can, buddy. How does a 5 sound for you?
As you are watching, you spot a few areas that you think may be a safer route that you could potentially go down. Instead of risking climbing down these routes, you think there's a chance you might be able to navigate down a separate path. What are folks going to do?
Look to all of you. I'm going to climb these vines.
What? Careful! I can fly. I can check it out. Check it out.
So is Zot gonna go flying down?
Jat takes one of the land. Actually, no. I'll just pick up one of the sticks from the campfire, and I just walk over to the edge of the pit and I jump in.
Well, before you
And
go,
kind of glide down.
I'm gonna pull from my satchel a little bug, the scuttle roach. I'm just gonna attach him to you, just in case something happens to you, and when you don't know.
Now, a scuttle roach is a piece of equipment that Drell comes with. It is a bug the size of a fist that can fly, and it remembers places and faces and can always find you. It is useful as a messenger or as a potential scout.
You place this bug on my person, and you're not trying to sneak up on me or anything, but as you do this, you get the bug on me, I start walking over to the edge of the pit, and I just turn around entirely. Don't sneak up on me like that! I'm not looking at you. Just
Anyone.
Okay.
Drell just nods.
Jot jumps in. You are easily able to fly down to the bottom of the pit.
I'm curious about one thing. I want
Mm-hmm.
to also take a stick from the campfire and hold it up to one of the roots and see if it burns.
Absolutely, yes.
So Morok's path is just going to be a path of burning destruction as he walks through this tunnel. He's not going to step on the roots if the roots aren't there.
Now, you know those roots are your only way down other than
Those are
that.
Those are the
Yeah,
ropes.
Those are
Oh, I
how
was-
you climb down.
Okay, I was imagining much smaller things. Like, okay.
Silas starts crawling down Morocco's side.
Imagine Brock's like, I got a fix for your pit. Now no one can get an ore out.
I mean,
Adventure solved.
Morok might, but
Hardcore.
at the same, I mean, that does bring up the question. I mean, because
I
Brock
will
might do
say,
that.
if you want your loved ones back,
Okay.
you would probably not do that.
I was just imagining these roots were more like things
No,
to like
think of-
hand hold onto, not giant things.
They are giant things.
Okay.
And basically think of a vertical shaft down.
Okay.
It's not 100% vertical, so it's got some angles, so you might be able to navigate through like some different things. But we're starting to get into caving territory.
Okay.
Yeah, I just thought of something, Brian.
Mhm.
Just because I'm looking at my character sheet and I want to do awesome things that a Kairos can do.
Love it.
So as I am flying down with my torch that I do not set the vines on fire with,
Correct.
I just want to take a look. Is there anywhere, since I am a little wee creature, that I could, kind of get behind them, see if, is there something behind the waterfall?
Not in here. The vines are kind of growing out of the walls and kind of hanging down. But pretty much it's just wall right behind them.
I know how to check for sure.
Holds up Bernie stick.
I have a method.
All right. I am going to jump in as the GM and say, you are going to need to climb down these if
Yes.
you want the adventure to proceed.
Yes. Yes.
Phoenix, you make it down to the bottom.
My pyromania shall rest for now.
For now. We'll get
For
back
now.
to it later. Phoenix, you make it down without a problem. Who is going down next?
Just turn to the little cockroach. They don't understand you like I do.
Drell will look to the hound, head home. You won't be able to follow us here. And then he'll start climbing down the vines after Silas.
All right.
I'll look at Mork the way Ron Swanson looks at Leslie, and I appreciate your candor and the idea of using flames, and normally I'd be 100% in. But I owe Larmelon, the sun scaled, a debt since he healed me the one time I had a hernia. So until we recover him, fortunately, we're going to have to leave this vine ladder where it's at.
At least we know for sure, when everyone is rescued, how to make sure no one can get back in.
Oh God, my friend, we're going to burn everything possible.
Fuck yeah.
I will begin climbing down.
Fuck yeah, brother.
I will climb after.
Okay.
This is mildly concerning.
Don't worry about it.
Seriously, I thought I was the psychopath, but
Question.
No,
what
it's
is
the whole
your-
team.
I mean, yes.
Nope.
What is your sanity?
It's literally my character's description. The world must be tempered by the flames of conviction, beautiful and pure.
But real quickly, Phoenix, what is your character's sanity points?
Don't worry about it.
Hey, guess what? Mine is.
-28.
Mine is 2.
We're two buddies.
The four of you manage to get to the bottom of this descent, and ahead is a tunnel. Everything in this cave has a sickly sweet smell to it. And you see that the ground is covered in what look like roses. Up ahead is a narrow tunnel of loose dirt. It has a strong, musty, wet smell coming from it. But you also see a number of footprints showing people have walked this way recently.
It'll kind of click. I wonder if this is what Garm was talking about when he mentioned that no thorns were used to push them here, but there's roses all over the ground.
Might be what the White Fingers was mentioning.
But there are tracks then leading away from said wall, right?
There are only tracks leading in.
Can I like put my ear up to the wall, see if I can hear anything behind it or something?
It's not a solid wall. It is so basically the ground is covered in roses in this area, and there is a hole in the dirt wall ahead of you.
There is a hole. Okay.
Yeah, and that's where you're getting this kind of like sickly smell coming out.
Okay.
Oh, so the entire ground is covered with roses. It's not like
Yes.
a path. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I misunderstood that part.
Can we hear noises from up ahead?
You listen very carefully. You're able to hear the sifting sound of some falling dirt, and you hold up your lantern, and you're able to see just barely some curves in the passages ahead. It will probably be stable. But
Probably.
that wolf did mention the ground has been shaking recently. Of course, we'll find out what's on the other side of that cave next time. Thank you all so much for listening, and we'll be back with more Fomoria very soon. If you haven't yet, absolutely check out the Kickstarter. It is going to be amazing. The art in this thing is gorgeous, and I cannot wait to play the full game. So make sure you go and back it.
Woo!
All right, this has been Brian Kershaw from Spirits and Monsters of Old Seattle. Thank you so much, and we can't wait to share our next part of our show. Bye, everybody!
Bye, 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 bye.
Thank you so much, dear listener, for joining us for this sponsored episode of Fomoria. This brand new Mork Borg setting is going live on Kickstarter, and I need to play the full game. So if you haven't yet, get over to Kickstarter and sign up to back this game right now. From its amazing setting of malignant darkness, surreal caverns, and animal folk, to easy-to-play rules and absolutely fantastic artwork, you need to go and check this game out. I have been your host and game master, Brian Kershaw, from the podcast Spirits and Monsters of Old Seattle. Drell was played by Bill Ruska. Jot was played by Phoenix Biscop. Morok was played by Hannah Cheney. Xylus was played by Jeff, the host of the Big Campaign Stories podcast. We hope you've enjoyed this special episode of Fomoria, the spawn of the Hungering One. Writing and art for the adventure were done by the phenomenal Tanya Herrera. Graphic design was done by Johan Noor, with adventure editing by Jordan Boschman. This has been an abridged version, so if you want to see all the cool and creepy stuff we didn't get a chance to cover, go to Fomoria.com and pick up a copy of the Quickstart today. This episode featured music by artist The Whaley, as well as Pete Marsh of the Bogmen from the official Fomoria soundtrack. Until next time, remember, stay in the light, because the darkness is living, watching, waiting, and it hungers. So be certain to stay in the light.